What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Greatly appreciate you checking these out. Seagull. Stocks are down. Stocks are down. You know that if you have any stocks or if you've just seen that little graph. They love to show this graph. Stocks were going up and then bam, just a wild drop to hell. The type of drop that if this was a roller coaster ride, I mean, children would be getting sucked out of the harness. Just fully blown out into a tree, people screaming, crying, running around. There'd be lawsuits everywhere, and Six Flags would close that day. However, here we are, and we're not told anything about the stock market. Doesn't happen. Not told about it at all. Now, this might be different today in school, but it definitely wasn't when I was in school. Except for one day. I had a teacher, one day, grade 8, Mr. Harris, math teacher. This guy decided, I'm going to teach them about this. And I remember the day. Because it was like he did it halfway through the class. And you'd almost see him just sitting there thinking to himself, like, what are you doing here, Harris? What are you doing? You're teaching them about multiplication tables? Is this one day going to stop them from having to live under a bridge to drink their own piss to live? No. So he got up, closed the door, turned to the class and got real serious and goes, look, I'm going to teach you about stocks. I love that he closed the door. I love that he had to close the door because other teachers might get upset that he's telling us a real thing. Maybe, I don't know. He's just scared that they're going to, why are you teaching them that? Why didn't you teach them that we used to make birch bark canoes? Are they going to be able to pay their rent in birch bark, Leonard? He sat down with us, took out a newspaper, showed us stocks, told us about them, told us how to get them, told us about compound interest. And at the time, I remember thinking, yeah, okay, 13. I go, yeah, compound interest makes sense. However, I'm 13. I don't have a job. And this was only told to me one time, which I do think is great that he did it. Told to me one time. I'm 13. This has to be smashed into my head. This has to be brought up the exact same amount of times as write this essay and don't plagiarize. Do these tests where man walking through the woods at a specific time and there's a murderer with a chainsaw after him. If he's lollygagging around with Crocs that aren't in sport mode, how long until none of that? Because at 13, guaranteed the next day, I probably played Vigilante 8 Second Offense on the PlayStation for 17 straight hours. So I'm not thinking about investing. If somebody gave me $5 at 13, I'm not thinking about buying shares of Walmart. I'm thinking about going into a Walmart and buying a bag of party mix. That hard cheese, the little corn chip, the pretzel. I love party mix. Wasn't thinking about that. I also started drinking very young. So at 13, somebody gave me $5. Me and my friends got $5. We're probably going to get somebody to buy us Colt 45, and we're going to stash it in the woods and drink it at night warm. Because it's the summer, and we have nowhere else to put this. Can't keep it at our houses, obviously. Children. I don't know if anybody's ever drank a warm Colt 45, but I'll tell you right now, it's a lot like drinking your own piss to live. It will really make you think, I gotta figure out money. But nobody teaches us about it. To the degree that there's some people that don't even know whether they're in the market. I mean this. The other day, I asked this crowd, did anybody this weekend lose money in the market? Because I had a joke about it, a thought about it. And a woman goes, I haven't checked my accounts. I goes, but you own stocks? She goes, no, I don't know. No. How do you not know if you own stocks? I mean, how do you can't sleepwalk your way into buying a Vanguard ETF. And if you can, power to you, because there's other people that sleepwalk. They get up, they go to the fridge. They just eat handfuls of turkey. They walk the streets naked. You're putting money in the market? Go back to sleep maybe, or wake up. I mean, depends on what day it is, but it is, nobody is even told, like this woman thinks, I guess, that like when the stock market starts to go down, her checking account is affected. Like when the stock market starts to go down and she has a stack of money on her dresser that a billionaire's bony hand comes through the window and just takes $20, we really should be taught about these things more. Because it's interesting also to think that, like, I made a video a few weeks ago about how everybody should just try to get rich, which I still do believe in a lot of ways. But then you also go, when a market starts going down, you go, is anybody rich? Even the rich? There are some people without money who at times are definitely wealthier than people with money, technically. Because it seems like all rich people, quote unquote rich, whatever, mega rich, they got all their money in the market. So it's not really attainable unless you want to sell it. On them, they got $100, maybe in a savings account or something. They got whatever the hell it is. But most of it is in the market. So when the market starts to go, they're like, oh my God, I'm losing billions. A guy with $100 is like, I've lost nothing currently today. You know what I mean? Somebody with $8 is like, I bought 2 Monster Energy drinks. I guess my money is tied up in these cans, because it doesn't seem like anybody is not living in some form of debt, whether somebody makes $1 million a year or somebody makes $50,000 a year. Ultimately, kind of living the same, spending money, all of it, spending everything they have to the point that they're in debt. One of them has a nicer car. One of them is sleeping on a nicer mattress, but they're both strapped. They're both walking around freaking out like, how am I going to figure this out? Except one guy's like, damn it, if this market keeps going down, I'm going to lose everything. Another guy's like, maybe I should get in the market so I can afford 4 Monster Energy drinks. Countries are in debt. Countries, richest countries in the world, debt. It's wildness. We're all living the exact same. And apparently, one of the only ways to get out of that is to invest in real estate, the market, whatever it may be. And the market, I mean, the guy, my math teacher who taught us about stocks that day, the little that he could in that time, whatever he decided to do, right? He would have talked about volatility and what, but you can't. Yeah, so okay, you invest in a company and you get a piece of their profits when it does well. What can change that? Lots of things. I mean, a war can change that. Bickering between countries, companies, even the CEO of a company can walk around groping people in the office, and then he's fired, so people lose confidence in the whole thing, and then your money goes down. Or one guy can just decide, let's flip it. Let's flip it. It's been going up a long time. Let's see what it looks like the other way. I like the color red. Let's show more of it. But apparently this is one of the only ways to make any type of money, says people, says the world. We all are just supposed to put money in magic, in a way. It is a real thing in the way that it's kind of, but it's not real in the way that, again, anything can change this deal. One CEO comes into an office, makes some off-color joke, he's heralded a dork, loser, idiot, has to be fired, shifts the whole deal. Can potentially, or again, one guy decides, you guys ready to party? Is anybody ready to get on the roller coaster that I talked about at the beginning? Children getting sucked directly out of the harness. Parents freaking out. Are we ready for that? Anyways, I don't know anything about anything except for the fact that I do think we need to be taught about money a lot more. At all, even. God. I just, if a train goes, big deal, man. Cool, dude. What are we doing with money? Greatly appreciate you checking us out. Hope something came from it. Again, there's going to be more stand-up coming soon. I swear to you, it is a thing that is happening. Please comment, share, all that type of stuff. Again, greatly appreciate you. Thank you. Seagull, later.